So, students, welcome to this lecture. Today, we are going to see the second part of operators in quantum mechanics, eigenvalue equation, and eigenvalues. In the part 1, we have seen the position operator, the momentum operator, and kinetic energy operator. Today we are going to see the total energy operator and operator for angular momentum. So total energy operator. So consider a particle which is moving along the x direction, along the x axis. Let capital E be its total energy and px be the x component of momentum for that particle. Now we know that the total energy of a particle is represented by capital E and it is equal to the sum of kinetic energy and the potential energy of that particles. So total energy is kinetic energy plus the potential energy. And if we put the values, the total energy is equal to px whole square divided by twice m. This is the kinetic energy of the particle plus Vx. This is the potential energy of the particle. So we get Px whole square divided by twice m plus Vx is equal to E. This is our equation 1 and it gives the total energy of the particle moving along the x-axis. Now multiply the equation 1 by psi on both the sides. So we get px square psi divided by twice m plus vx of psi, and this is equal to E psi. This is our equation 2. But px square psi divided by twice m, this is equal to the kinetic energy, x component of kinetic energy, kx psi, and this is equal to minus h cross whole square divided by twice m del square psi upon del x square. This is our equation 3. How did we get this equation 3? This is simple, the eigenvalue equation for kinetic energy of the particle. If kx is the kinetic energy along x-axis, then kx psi, this is equal to minus h cross whole square divided by twice m del square psi upon del x square. This is the eigenvalue equation for kinetic energy of the particle. So put from equation 3 in equation 2. We are now going to substitute the value of px square psi upon 2m. We are going to substitute this value by minus h cross whole square divided by twice m del square psi upon del x square plus Vx of psi is equal to E psi. This is our equation 4. Now, this equation 4 can be written as minus h cross whole square divided by twice m del square upon del x square plus Vx of psi. This is equal to E psi. This is our equation 5. Equation 5, if you observe it carefully, it is an eigenvalue equation because the operator minus h cross whole square divided by twice m del square upon del x square plus Vx operates on psi to produce E psi. So it is an eigenvalue equation. Here minus h cross whole square divided by twice m del square upon del x square plus Vx. This is an operator. It operates on the function psi, which is an eigenfunction, and the total energy E is the eigenvalue of this operator. Now, since E represents the total energy of the particle, the operator minus h cross whole square divided by twice m del square upon del x square plus Vx, it is now denoted by h cap. H cap is a symbol to denote this operator, and it is called the Hamiltonian operator, and it gives this particular operator, it gives the total energy E associated with a particle having a wave packet psi. So the operator minus h cross whole square divided by twice m del square upon del x square plus Vx, which is represented by the Hamiltonian operator h cap, it gives the total energy E associated with an particle which is having a wave function or wave packet denoted by psi. In 3 dimension, the Hamiltonian operator is given by minus h cross whole square divided by twice m del square upon del x square I plus del square upon del y square j plus del square upon del z square k plus v, and that is equal to h cap. So, in this particular expression, del square upon del x square I plus del square upon del y square j plus del square upon del z square k, this is equal to delta square, and it is called the Laplacian operator. We have seen that this quantity in the bracket, the mathematical term in the bracket is denoted by delta square, and it is called the Laplacian operator. Therefore, the Hamiltonian operator can now be represented by minus h cross whole square divided by twice m del square plus v, and that is equal to h cap. In 3 dimension, eigenvalue equation is given by minus h cross whole square divided by twice m del square upon del x square I plus del square upon del y square j plus del square upon del z square k plus v of psi. This is equal to E psi, and the same equation can be represented or written as minus h cross whole square divided by twice m del square plus v of psi is equal to E psi. But we know that this quantity in the bracket, it is Hamiltonian operator h cap. So the above equation now takes the form h cap acting on wave function psi this is equal to E psi. This equation h psi is equal to E psi is another form of Schrodinger's time independent wave equation. So Schrodinger's time independent wave equation can also be represented by h psi is equal to E psi, where h is the Hamiltonian operator, and it is given by h is equal to minus h cross whole square divided by twice m del square plus v. This is the Hamiltonian operator. And remember that when an Hamiltonian operator operates on a wave function psi, then it gives the total energy associated with that particle, which can be represented by psi, or which has a wave packet denoted by psi. So next we will see the operator for angular momentum. Angular momentum, it is denoted by L with an arrow on the top, that is, it is a vector quantity, and angular momentum is defined as moment of linear momentum. Therefore, L is equal to R cross P. This is equation 1. And the mathematical equation L is equal to R cross P. It is the moment of linear momentum, and it gives the angular momentum. Now, suppose that the vector R is represented by xi plus yj plus zk, and the vector p momentum is represented by pxi plus pyj plus pzk. And suppose that angular momentum vector is represented by Lxi plus Lyj plus Lzk. Now remember that here I, j and k, they are the unit vectors along the x, y and z axis, and the quantities with prefix. If it is Lx, it is the x component of angular momentum, Ly is the y component, Lz is the z component, and so on for the other terms. Now if we how to write this equation 1, L is equal to R cross P, it can be written as Lxi plus Lyj plus Lzk is equal to, this cross product can be represented in the form of a determinant. So it is represented as determinant ijk, xyz, px, py and pz. So expand this. If we are going to expand this determinant, then we get Lxi plus Lyj plus Lzk is equal to I. Y, Z, Py, Pz. This is a determinant. We are going to expand this determinant minus j x z px pz plus k x y px py. So if we further expand this determinant, then we get Lxi plus Lyj plus Lzk. This is equal to I y pz minus z py minus j x pz minus z px plus k x py minus y px. This is our equation 3. Now equating the coefficients of I, j, k on both the sides, then we get 3 equations. Lx is equal to y pz minus z py. This is equation 4. This gives x component of angular momentum. The y component of angular momentum Ly is equal to minus in bracket x pz minus z px. This is equation 5. And our equation 6 gives the z component of angular momentum as Lz is equal to x py minus y px. Now, from equation 4, Lx, if we take Lx, this is equal to y pz minus z py. We have to now substitute the operator for pz and py. So I get Lx is equal to y, and operator for pz, that is z component of momentum operator. This is given by minus I into h cross del del z, and minus z into y component of momentum operator. It is given by minus I into h cross del del y. So if I take the common term out, so I get Lx is equal to minus I into h cross y del del z minus z del del y. This is equation 7, and it gives the operator for the x component of angular momentum. Similarly, the operator for y component of angular momentum Ly, it is given by I h cross x del del z minus z del del x. This is given by equation 8. And the operator for z component of angular momentum Lz, this is equal to minus I into h cross x del del y minus y del del x. This is given by equation 9. So equation 7, 8 and 9, they give the operators for x, y and z component of angular momentum. So that's all about the operator. The important point here to note is that the Hamiltonian operator, when operates or acts on any wave function, it gives the total energy associated with a particle whose wave packet